After being unimpressed with the Keychron K7 and also the AK832 Pro, I decided to press on and try my luck with the Lofree Flow. This seems to be all the rage with these days as far as low profile keyboards go. This one is not going to be a fair comparison with the previous two because those were around in the $45, sub $45 range as far as my purchase price went. This one is $160. Um, but well, I bought it from Amazon. Let's open this up. And I got this with the tactile switches because I'm not a linear switch person. On the packaging, there's a copyright Lofree, all rights reserved. Okay. Okay, this new style packaging. That. Manual. QC passed. July 20. So that's the keyboard. What else is in the box? USB-C cable, right angle, not braided. Nothing else. No keycap or switch puller for $160. So that's the keyboard. Apparently the body is all aluminum, but when you touch it, the back, you'd be hard pressed to, say if it is metal or plastic. They do make a point to say it's super thin and super light, the metal part. One thing I was already hesitant about is that it's a fixed leg, and it is a fixed, I believe, 3.9 degree angle, and that's it. No 2.4 gigahertz, only Bluetooth, on or off, USB-C port, LED. This is only white backlit LED. The key actually feels, sound already feels better, right, compared to the other two. It would be interesting to actually compare it with the Newfie Air 75 version 2. Let's see how much it weighs. Pound and 4 ounces as opposed to the Keychron 14. So quite a bit heavier than the Keychron, but lighter than the AK832 Pro. Doesn't look that much bigger, right? Although, I mean, of course, it has one extra row, the function row, which the Keychron does not. This guy also has the function row with the borders and everything, pretty much the same length, but this one is wider, of course, because you can see the extra gap between the function row and the number row, right? Let's plug it in. So the on-off switch is right next to the USB-C port, and if I plug it in this way, no, and that was I was afraid of this. Doesn't quite touch, but still. No lights. What's going on? Did it not go all the way in? Oh, I have to turn the keyboard on even to be used in wired mode. So, can you see any lights? I don't. So these two red lights came in. Is keyboard working? This one is working as a, so I guess by default it's in Mac mode. So function N switches to Windows mode or Android mode, and function M will take you back to Mac mode. Backlight is only white and it is at full brightness. Let me turn my room light off. The light is barely visible. The keycaps are not that thick. If you can see, light is actually, from here, the top of the keycaps looks kind of translucent. The side lit RGB, I believe you press function and the right arrow key to change the RGB mode. Okay, any caps lock indicator? Okay, so there is a little LED on caps lock. That's it as far as visuals go. The multimedia keys are more options are available on the AK832 Pro, surprisingly. This is the Keychron K7 next to it. Let's see, as far as the thickness goes, the Keychron seems to be winning as far as thickness goes. This keyboard is the same height all the way through. The Keychron K7, like most keyboards, increases the height of the board gradually. Let's take a look at the keycaps. Double shot. This is the Keychron, and this is the Lofree. This one appears to be thicker quite a bit. Well, that would make a difference in sound. Let's try some typing sound now. Let's try the Keychron K7 one more time. the Lofree sounds and feels much better. Just for fun, let's compare it with my TH66 with the U4T switches. The Lofree does sound really good for a low profile keyboard. Alright, so this keyboard does have really good typing feel. Sounds really good for a low profile keyboard as well. But that's about it. I don't have any problems with the angle, which I initially thought, because it's a fixed angle, no adjustable fit. But that didn't doesn't bother me. Now, this guys make some other claims too, like, extremely thin. Yes, it is thin, but not as thin as the Keychron K7. It's hot swappable, but you can only use, the Kailh full-POM switches. The pins are a different orientation. And only Bluetooth, no 2.4 gigahertz. RGB lights, a little bit to the side. The backlighting is pretty useless. I have a dark room here. The light is coming from the monitor, and that's it's useless. The key caps are kind of strange. The top, the light bleeds through, but still I like typing with it. But other than that, the typing feel and sound, which is of course subjective, they don't offer much else, right? And it looks like even when on their website they're selling, if you want tactile switches, you have to go with the black. If you want linear switches, you have to go with the white. It's pretty rigid in terms of choices, and I guess they feel like they're the Apple of keyboards, so closed, rigid design philosophy. That's why I also ordered the new Air 75 version 2, because that, at least on paper, that seems to offer much more features compared to this guy. And then I'll decide which one I'm going to actually be using for the long haul.